Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. Happy freaking Friday. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope that you're just thriving in this beautiful fall weather. We've had some amazingly warm weather here. It's just been really great to decorate the house. I'm still not even done. Trees going up soon. We're really excited about everything. Today we're going to talk about the royalty family update with Pierre, what's going on. It's an amazing story. It's going to make your heart jump. We've got a plan. There's some big news. But first, we're going to go through this Trisha Paytas video that I found as a music video. I will probably get flagged, so I'll have to take it out of the video and put it in. It is amazing. She has a Christian song, and we're going to hear it together and laugh. It's just going to be a feel-good day. But before we get started, you know I got to spin. It is Friday. I'm going to do 2 spins on each wheel because I didn't do one last Friday because it was like a crazy video. So we're going to do 2 spins today. We're going to give away 2 prizes. Next week, I'm going to spin, and you're going to be able to win one of these extra wallets, not including my AirTag. But I'm going to give away 1 wallet, 1 to the YouTube members, 1 to the Patreons. And you can give that to your husband, or you can keep it yourself, whatever. They're slick, and you're going to want one of these. So today it's just about, if you win, contact me and I'll hook you up, okay? So let's do some dancing, shall we?
Yeah, baby.
Tamara Benton. It's a new one. You win a prize. Now we got to do another one. This is the Patreons, I think. I don't know. If you see your name, you win a prize. Let's dance.
Yeah, baby.
Aaron Lee. Oh, this is crooked. This is crooked. Aaron Lee, would you happen to be Mormon? It's okay if you are, you can tell me. Anyway, next one, here we go. This one's the YouTube members because it's the cat. So let's dance together. I'm getting tired, man.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah, I'm wearing Lusha jeans. What are you gonna do about it? Anna Andrade. I don't know. Last one, here we go.
Yeah, baby.
Hello? Yeah? Okay. Hello? Yeah? You're both dumb. I hate you all. You smell. Woo! Yeah. All right, damn it. Carrie Walker, if you have won a prize, reach out to Josh at thedadchallengepodcast.com with your shirt size and your address, and I will hook you up. Let's go! If you guys are wondering what this poppy is for, it's in Canada leading up to November 11th. We wear them to remember and honor the fallen and those who fought in World War II and World War I, I think, as well. So a lot of Canadians wear these, and if you're Canadian, you should probably go get one, donate it to your local Legion. The money goes to your veterans and things like that, and it's a really, really good cause, and we just remember. World War II history is some of my favorite history to get into. If you've never seen Band of Brothers, do yourself a favor. I watch it every year, and I watch Saving Private Ryan every year. I love World War II history, World War II films, all that stuff. But not to say I don't know it's poppy, but that, you know, Canada played a huge role in both wars, by the way, if you didn't know that. We're small but mighty, you know, we can chop wood and shit. We're like, you see where we live? So we're tough. That's for sure. Canadians are definitely tough. You've seen us play hockey, you'd believe me. Anyway, let's get to this video. Before we get to the interview with Pierre, I've had this one in my docket for a little while. I probably will get copyright struck because it's really hard to play copyright striked music. So I'll see if this... If it doesn't work, I'm going to place it on, after this and you can watch it. But it's hilarious. Okay, this is Trisha Paytas, the person who literally probably believes everything in the world, probably believes in The Secret and like manifesting shit, also believes in Jesus apparently. So I'm about to bust out my pastor snark. Are you ready? Let's go. Maybe we should break this down theologically. So stupid. I'm sorry. What church let you film in here? And is it on fire? Is it still there? Has it been exploded? People, I'm pretty sure this is before OnlyFans, but okay. Trisha Paytas is like one of those people, you know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say it. You know what these people exist in the world, and it's hilarious.
Remember when I hated my life, and I said I didn't want to die, but I did.
This sounds like Napoleon Dynamite wrote it. Eat your ham, Teeny, you fat lard.
Now I know the reason why I'm still alive.
She didn't say that part. It was just...
It's because of the sky.
The sky or this guy? Is it the sky or this guy in the sky? Maybe she's doing a play on words? I don't know.
Can you guess it right now?
Jesus?
Are you wondering how?
Now, okay, I'm going to stop the shit out of this because that's how this rolls. It sounds like she's trying to be like a Disney singer singing a Christian song.
I fell in love so fast, and I know this love will last. How do I know? How do I know?
That line right there sounds just like it came out of what's the Little Mermaid? Out of my world.
He's with me from the start. He was always in my heart. Though I stray far, here you are, Jesus, my superstar.
It's funny because of who it is. You remember those guys who are like, Jesus is a friend of mine? You remember those guys? Those guys were serious.
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend.
Jesus was their friend. This girl's just wearing stripper heels inside of looking like a Catholic church, and singing about how Jesus is her best friend, superstar, and then goes on to become who she really, this is who she was all along. How does this stuff exist on the internet?
Jesus, you give me reason, you give me hope. Jesus, never let me go.
You gotta know too that she's wearing like the Joyce shirt that Joyce would wear this to church. This is like as modest as she can possibly say. This is modest, right? Not really. I was a worship pastor, okay? And you would not be allowed to wear that on stage, is what I'm saying. It looks, as far as Trisha Paytas is concerned, probably the most modest she's ever looked. You wouldn't get away with that wearing that in a normal church. You wouldn't. I know it's patriarchal and all this thing. You just wouldn't. Just believe me.
You can
She's not playing that piano.
act bad, or you can be good. You can be from privilege, or straight from the hood.
Oh, I hope you can act bad or you can be good. You can be privileged or straight from the hood. Wow, this aged real well.
But Jesus loves you, this we know. Never leave your side and he'll lead you home.
Is she trying to ride hood with home? Or is it just is this a different stanza? Okay.
He's with me from the start.
She's like playing the piano, just not even touching it. The lid's closed on that piano because the church is like, no one's touching this. It's like kids going there to play it, so they have it locked. She's just tapping the lid. She's like, kink, 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 breaking her fingers and shit.
He was always in my heart, though I stray far. Here you are, Jesus, my superstar. Love you, Jesus.
You can tell she's not playing because the freaking piano's not moving inside.
Jesus, you give me reason.
This girl girl was a multi-millionaire, right? She was so wealthy at one point. This is the production she comes out with. Oh my God.
Jesus never let me go.
Is there a bridge here? There better be a bridge. Oh yeah.
There was a time I overdosed.
It was the lyric? There was a time I overdosed?
I was lifted, not by the ambulance.
There was a time I overdosed. I was lifted, not by the ambulance. These lyrics, they bang. They bang a little.
But by the Holy Ghost.
Oh, I see. The ambulance didn't lift her, the Holy Ghost did. But I'm sure the ambulance did too, though, right? Can we give some credit to those guys?
He's with me from the start.
Okay, that's the. You're only halfway through the song, and you're done. Verse one, chorus. Verse 2, bridge, chorus. What else is there?
He was always in my heart. Though I stray far, here you are, Jesus, my superstar.
Fish and loaves.
Love you, Jesus.
Again, who did the church let her do this? Did they like, yeah, come film your Jesus video. Let me just take a look at your other content first. You should see the #1 comment on this video. It's hilarious. It's like, imagine looking for Christian music, finding this, liking it, and then going to find out who she is and clicking on her other videos.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not, no.
I love you, Jesus.
That's why you could not wear what she's wearing on stage as a worship leader. She wanted to be a worship singer. Because, just saying. I'm just saying, you couldn't get away with it.
I love you, Jesus.
Are you dancing provocatively for Jesus? Because Jesus would be like, I'm all right. I'm good. You don't have to do that. We're good.
Jesus. You give me reason. You give me hope.
You give me reason to jiggle boobs.
Jesus never let me go.
What's next? Is that it? Oh, thank God. What else is there? Is there like a movie?
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed my first foray into Christian music. I did a Christian pop song because I love pop, and I just wanted to try something out, and I knew it was like really new and different for me, and I was kind of
Did you try out Christian music just because everything else you did? What? What has Trisha Paytas not done?
scared of like getting judged for it, so I was like, you know what, I want to do the song, and at the church that my dad goes to here in Wilmore, California,
Her dad is a preacher or something?
it's a Rome. I actually came here when I lived with my dad. They're trying to build a new church, and my dad asked me one day, he's like, what are some like ways to like raise money, you know, just like for like the church and stuff like that. And I thought, we were just trying to think, and then I'm like, I really want to do a Christian song, and I was like kind of scared. I was like, people might think it's for views or for money, and I was like, well, I want to just take all the proceeds from this song and the video from iTunes and just donate it, and it'll be ongoing to the church, and hopefully help them build a new church. So this is the sign, and you know, it's just great. I like love this church. It's like it's so nice, but they want to just build it like bigger and have that be a hall. And
Oh my God. So this church used Trisha Paytas to raise money. You know what? God is glorified in anything. Even through Trisha Paytas' shitty song. He's glorified. That's for sure. And Jesus does love you, Trisha. Like, let's be real. Jesus loves everybody. The song, you know, even Jesus might have been like, the song was, it's like, you know, when your kid draws you a picture and you're like, yeah, that's really good. I love you. But later you're like, that picture, shit, man. I mean, I wish they were better. But Jesus does love you, that's for sure. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Wow. Anyway, so now for the amazing, awesome good news, Royalty Family Update. I did an interview with Pierre yesterday. I've just cut it together. You're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to hear our plan. And stick around to the end because we're going to talk about how we can help this guy do what he needs to do. So watch this and get ready to feel good. I'm going to put some feel good music in it too, just because we need to feel good on Friday. Hey everybody, welcome to Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me today. We've got a special guest who hasn't been on in a little while, Pierre.
Yes.
But we've got some big news. We've got some updates. We want to talk a little bit about what's been going on. People are curious about what's been going on with the whole story, why we haven't been talking about it too much, and we're going to get into it today. So, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. With a lot of the hot here in Mexico. It's pretty hot. And Celsius like 30.
That's hot, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So last time we talked about some things that went down, the abusive nature of what was going on and things that we thought, and we talked about how you were abused and how you were vandalized. And really early on, we talked about how you were booted out of the country because she took away your ability to have your visa.
Yes, that's correct.
Right?
That's it.
And so what has happened since our last video?
Well, I continue posting every time I can to the Talking Parents platform. Please let me see my son. And she only answered like, talk to my lawyer, talk to my lawyer, talk to my lawyer. I say to her, I can talk to your lawyer because in the last court order, it doesn't say that I need to talk to your lawyer. It said that we need to talk the situation about my son, our son, only by Talking Parents platform. And she all the time said that, please talk to my lawyer, talk to my lawyer.
Another thing that's kind of happened too, they're moving, is that correct?
Yes, well, I know they move because all the fans, they text me, hey, they move. All the fans text me every step they make. So I asked her on Talking Parents, say, I know you move, and why you move so often. That doesn't help my son to have a stability with friends on the school. I need to know what school does he assist. She doesn't answer. She only said, talk to my lawyer, talk to my lawyer.
Yeah. And we know that she's pregnant. She's got another kid on the way. And she's obviously exploiting the shit out of that. Were you also banned on TikTok?
Yes. Twice. TikTok stopped me on TikTok. I don't know why, but I tried to make. I sent mails to TikTok officials, and they opened me again the TikTok. The one thing that happened, I want to tell you. I don't know it's normal, but I don't think so. I used to post on my YouTube every week the situation about my son and message to my son. I use too much more platform to talk to my son. And suddenly I was like this, growing, and suddenly, boom, I go like nobody see my YouTube channel, only like 3,000 people when I used to have a lot of people seeing my YouTube.
Yeah, it sounds like you were shadow banned, which is I am also shadow banned. TikTok is notorious for protecting exploiters. Their big creators always get the benefit of the doubt. Smaller creators get banned because they get mass flagged. It's just the way it is. TikTok can kiss my ass because I'm pretty sure eventually it's going to be banned in the US anyway, sometime.
Yeah.
So, all right. So a lot of people have been like, hey, did you hear about Pierre? What's going on with Pierre? Pierre, tell us the amazing news.
Yes, I moved here. I moved all in my contacts in Mexico to have again my visa for tourist visa to go again to the United States, to enter again legally to the United States. It was so difficult. I need to show, and I want to thank all the people, all your people, your followers that hopefully they signed the petition in change.org/King Ferran. I need to show that petition, and the government of the United States said that, okay, you are allowed to enter again to the United States to see your son.
Wow.
Go and try to look at it. Yes.
So you're saying the change.org petition helped you get your visa?
Yes.
That's a really big deal for a lot of people who might be struggling and trying to figure out how I can get back to the country. That does lend weight. And so thank you, people on the Dutch Launch Podcast and others who signed that petition. That's a big deal because now Pierre gets to come back to the U.S. legally, and now he has a legal standing to now take up what is rightfully owed to you as a dad, which is your visitations.
Yes, I have the right to visitations. The last court order said that I have visitations. So in the moment I get my visa, the one that I have here, thanks God I have my visa. I text to Andrea and I said to her, hey, I finally, that I didn't have my visa, so now I have my visa. So please, I am going to travel to California this November, the date maybe the 20th. So it's a Sunday. So I'm telling you, with a lot of time, that I want to see my son. I suggest you to let me see my son in a police station. It's not safe for all of us. So let me know the time to see my son, no? And you are not going to believe this, but she answered to me. Talk to my lawyers.
Of course she did. And so then, I mean, there's a couple of things you can do. You can just talk to the lawyer and then see what the response is, because that's a legal response. And if the lawyer says no, then you've got legal recourse to sue her, right? So you can do what you need to do. So, I mean, what is your plan then? Are you just going to talk to the lawyer, or what are you thinking?
No, I talked to a lawyer in the United States, and the lawyer said to me, don't do that. The court order said, especially that you need to talk only by Talking Parents platform. So you need to come to the United States. You need to go to the police and say them that she don't allow to see my son, and show them the court order that you have. They obviously they are only going to put I don't know, a case or something like that.
They'll do a report. They'll do a report of it.
They are not going to take Ferran and give it to you. That's not the way it works. But it works to you on court. So after that, we go to court, and we are going to fight to see that you have the right to see your son, because you are the biological dad, and you have the right to see your son. So don't worry. You are going to see your kid, and I am going to fight obviously for the 50% of the custody of my son. I want to protect my son from these abusers, from Ali, obviously, principal, and obviously next for Andrea, no?
Yeah, and that's a really good plan that you have. And you know what, man, maybe I'll like come out to one of your events and just help you, support you, because in the end, might take a couple of people coming out to do some peaceful protesting to say, let this guy see his son again. Let this guy see, like, might be able to figure something out where we can protest, not at their home or anything, but peacefully protest outside of, like, I don't know, courts or something like that, where we can say, hey, look, this guy's been fighting to see his son. He finally got his visa. How long are you allowed to be in the States with that visa?
I have it until 2032.
Whew. So you can stay for 10 years. You could stay for almost 10 years.
Well, no, like living. I need to go enter.
Okay, so how long can you stay at one time?
6 months.
Perfect. So, I mean, this is it. I mean, maybe the idea is that you get a small place there that you can rent or something like that, that's safe and everything else. Man, I'd love to come visit. And this is the opportunity for you, if you do finally get Ferran in for a visitation, to tell him what's been going on, because you know that it's been hidden from him what's been going on. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what we've been talking about. He doesn't know about what exploitation means. This has been kept from him by Ali, keeping it all secret. They don't know what, as he gets older, he's going to start realizing the shadiness of his life and what happened to him. And he's going to remember those abuses too. Remember when he was in the car with you? All those memories of the abuse, that stuff is going to stick with that kid. Those are core memories that are going to stick with that child, right? Yeah. And all the memories of you and because it sounds like you were like, I might be wrong about this, Pierre, but I don't think there's ever a moment you ever like got mad at him or hurt him or anything like that ever. Never
in my life. I always take care of him with a lot of love.
Yeah.
I don't have even all the people. This is important. At the beginning, all the people, the haters or the fans of the royalty fan, the fake royal family, they attack me and they say, the government take you out because you were a criminal. You were doing bad things in the United States. That's why they take you out. And the government from the United States make a big background about me. And I don't have even a ticket traffic.
Exactly. You would not have that piece of paper in your hand right now if the royalty family was right about you. You wouldn't have it. And that speaks volumes. It means that you were right this whole time. They've been lying this whole time. And now that you're going to get back into Ferran's life, he's going to, even if it's 50-50, let's say it is, okay? Still, you're going to be his safe space and his anchor for the times where he can finally get off the channel. He doesn't have to work every single day and all this stuff. That is going to be amazing for him. But you promised me, Pierre, and a lot of people are calling me out. They're like, oh, he's using this kid for clout. You're not going to put him on YouTube, right?
No. I used to post like every week videos about the situation. The last 2 months, I don't post nothing until yesterday. Okay, my main, I don't know how to say the first place where I get money is from my company, for my employee. It's not about YouTube.
Yeah, you're not gonna do what they're gonna do. You're gonna be that place away from that for him, right? And although it would be really cool to see you guys reconnect to some degree, you know what I mean? Just to say, hey, he's here. Everybody, thank you for your support. And you don't even have to get him to say anything. Just don't ever pressure him to get on camera or anything like that. Just to be like, he's here, he's safe. Here's a picture of us, peace sign, a kiss, whatever, just a hug. Like, Pierre, my heart is soaring because we've been talking about this for over a year, I think. It's been about a year now. And you're this close to seeing your son again. And I mean, when you got your visa, what happened? How are you feeling?
Wow, it was like, I can't believe it, what is happening. This is a miracle.
Yep.
I always had faith, but faith is something that you don't believe. You don't see.
Yeah.
And I always had faith, and someday the government said to me, okay, we are going to send you an email if you are going to be approved or you are not going to be approved. So I said, how much time does it take? And they said, probably 6 or 8 months, or maybe a year. We don't know. We can give you a exactly date or a month, or a year, but you need to wait. And one day I was like, wow, I want to see my son. I also want to share you that I wrote a song and I sing a song for my son. I went to Medellin, Colombia to record a song for my son, a Mexican corrido. And when I was to make the trip to the airport, I wake up that morning. I was so happy because I was going to record the song for my son, and I wake up and I see the email from the U.S. government that I was allowed to have my visa, and I say, wow, oh my God, big things are going.
Oh my God, I have shivers. I have shivers. That's so amazing because it's you know what it is? It's just this idea that finally nobody can say anything against you now. Everything that you've been saying, and I've believed you from the beginning, obviously. I will be honest with Pierre, I didn't think it a hope in hell, just because of the way the world works, and it's always against dads, and it's like the nice guy finishes last. But this is hope. This is something amazing on this channel. It's one of the biggest benchmarks of this channel, I think, is one of the most important. I mean, I would love to be there someday and go see you in California and just hang out and just talk. I'll bring my son out. We'll like have dinner. We'll go out and play games. I would love to just be connected.
Where do you live in Canada?
Near Toronto.
Oh, near Toronto.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna spend some days in Toronto this December.
Oh, you come out. You can stay at my house, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is such a great story, and it's not over, obviously, because what I think's gonna happen is she's not gonna show up at the police. You're gonna give her the time and the place and everything else. You're gonna make your report. Then you get to file the lawsuit. Then they're gonna try to delay it. It's still a long time that's gonna come from here. But now that we're talking about this, we can put a little bit more pressure to say, hey guys, I'm comfortable saying on my channel, go put pressure on royalty family. Now that we know he's legally allowed to be back in the US, and you know that he has none of these issues that they said he did, you need to put pressure on royalty family to let this guy see his child legally. He's given her everything she needs. It's in family, but even though your lawyer said don't send it to the lawyer, just send it to the lawyer anyway. Why not? Just be like, hey, I'm going to be at this police station November 20th at this time. I've got my court order. I've got my visa. I'm telling you to the lawyer so you can express it to her. And then that's just one more avenue you don't have to worry about. You've said it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You said it. I mean, it's just an email. It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, this is the first step. I have it. I know that a lot of steps are coming. As you told, I think the last video where I am going to post is the moment that I'm going to be with my son, and I'm going to say, finally, I win the part that my son is going to be out of all the social media.
Yeah.
Because I want to protect my son.
Oh my God, that's another thing we have to talk about. If you get to take this to court, you get to advocate to the lawyer or to the judge that you don't want your son on the internet because, and man, call me as a witness, man, because I will get up there and we will talk about the dangers of children on the internet, the dangers of having millions and millions of subscribers, the predator playlist. We're going to talk about all the parasocial relationships that are developed with him, the people that she's putting him in contact with, Tiffany Raquel, who's going to be going to jail, dude. Yeah, she is going to be going to jail. He's been connected now with other creators, like who's the guy that takes pictures of all the kids doing the splits? That really creepy guy. Oh, Jordan Matter. Now he's connected with Jordan Matter, everything else. She's just putting him in this world, and you got other witnesses too that have not signed NDAs that can come forward and tell the world.
Andrea and Ali are connected with this woman too. Don't spend time with her. So let's see what's
apparently April is when this case is going down. Apparently also Tiffany dropped the countersuit that was like $19 million. She dropped the suit. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's good news to show that she's going to finally be called out. But if she does get called out and is found to have broken the law and done all these crazy things, all we now have to do is go look at every person she was connected with, and those people are going to be connected to that, including Ali and Andrea, because she's a bad person. There's over 11 children talking about what she has done, and Andrea's going to bring him into that world? That's the scariest thing ever. So you now have this opportunity, now that the first step is complete, to get to court and say, Judge, while we're fighting this, I want to make a motion to remove my child from the internet until we can figure out a better plan. Oh my God, could you imagine?
And obviously, I warning about this because I know my son makes like $1 million per month for Ali and Andrea, no? So
I'll tell you how much they make. Hold on.
I know that Ali and Andrea are going to be so worried about me trying to take out Ferran from social media, okay? Because they don't have any other work, they don't have any other talent to do.
They make, yes, almost between $800,000 and $1.7 million per month on their channel.
So that means I am in danger.
Yeah.
I am in danger. I want to tell here in your big channel that if something happened to me or my family staying here in Mexico, or now that I am going to visit the United States, especially California, if something happened to me or my family, it's because Andrea Rincon or Ali Saleh, okay? I don't have any other enemy. I don't have any other issues with the law. So
you don't, and you're not suicidal, that's for sure.
So
I mean, it's so crazy that you have to say that. Isn't that nuts that you're so scared that you have to say that? But let me give you some advice if I can. When you get to California, you tell nobody where you're staying ever. Okay?
Never.
Please, I know you probably have some friends. Please get some friends who have muscles to come follow you everywhere. If you have to pay for security, it might be worth it, okay? So scary that you have to say that. Isn't that nuts?
Yes, because he's my son. I have a lot of friends in California that really love me, that really understand the situation. So they say to me, don't worry, I'm going to be in that point with camera, I want to be in that other point with camera. So I am going to be surrendered with cameras. So if something happened in any moment against me, all is going to be recorded.
Yeah. And if I could make another suggestion, is make sure you carry a body camera at all times on you.
Yes,
front and back if you can. It's crazy we have to say this, but isn't this nuts? Because you're going to be messing with their money. If a judge does say that I want this kid off the internet for now, they're going to lose because no one wants to watch them. They're garbage. They're going for the kid. And he is owed, I'm not saying this is going to come to you and it shouldn't. This should all be put away for his future. He is owed millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. And once he gets away from that and realizes the fame isn't what he wants, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen eventually, at least he's going to be owed this money because you know that they have multiples of tens and tens of millions of dollars. They can hire really expensive lawyers. They can do all they want. So if you need help and there's a GoFundMe or whatever we can do to help you get a better lawyer, let's do it because you're going to be going up against, it's David and Goliath. You're going to go up against somebody who has unlimited amounts of money. And they're going to fight in tooth and nail because it's about their money. And so you need to make sure you are protected and you have a good ass lawyer who's going to who knows this is going to be in the public eye. And if the court thing does go through, I'm there with bells on behind you, sitting behind you, and I'll be supporting you. And hopefully we can get some people out to picket and protest to say this guy is owed what he is owed. He has not been able to see his child. This woman has done these things to him. Like, if you could put social pressure on the system, that can help you too. And if it does go to court, again, I am flying there to be in your corner.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
If it's going to court, then we'll start figuring out a plan to get you, what you need. Hopefully we get people to support, because this is one of those milestone things that could change the game for family vlogging and the exploitation of children. If we can get you to fight and it works, where the judge says yes, that's going to give hope to kids that are already on channels right now who can say, oh, I can do that. I can get myself off these channels. It's going to give hope to kids that have been left these channels and didn't get any money. It's going to give so much hope to these people. And you have become this centerpiece of this topic right now. And that is a big deal. And that is scaring the shit out of Ali and Andrea. It's scaring them.
Yes, I'm working here in Mexico for to put a new law. The new law is the name, the law Ferran, okay, where the Mexican government is going to take care about kids that are working on internet. So if I can change that on the law in Mexico, it's going to be a very historic movement about children. So if I do it here, I'm sure that I can do it something in the United States to protect another kids who are in the same situation. Today, I read the situation, for example, like Britney Spears, and she's having mental issues because she was working since she was very young for the parents. So I don't want that for myself.
Yeah. Look at Aaron Carter. And this is, again, people need to realize this. Aaron Carter just died of an overdose. I think it was an overdose. He drowned in his bath or something like that. But if you look at his story, and I'm going to cover it pretty soon, it's so heartbreaking. His parents made him work since he was a child. They spent all of his money, all of it, something like $50 million. They spent all his money. And Ferran, I know he's not a superstar actor or singer, but he's got 12 million or whatever they have, 15 million subscribers. That's just the same. The pressure on him is going to only get worse and worse and worse, especially from his parents. It's not going to end well if we can't get these kids off the internet. This is really dangerous, and we need to step in now. And what you're doing is, I'm so excited that you're about to take on this fight, and I'm there with you, like 100%.
Where is the money of Ferran that wins since all these years? Everything, we make a huge friends of mine and me who know this situation help me to know that everything it's Ali name. Everything, the houses, cars, everything. So where is the parents' money? I don't want money, but my son deserves his money. Where
he does. That's the thing too, that I think if you do go to court, I think he gets a lawyer himself. Like, he gets either a court appointed, because they're not going to pay for a lawyer, but he's going to get his own lawyer too, who's only out for his interests, not your interests, not Andrea's interests, his interests. And if that lawyer can see what's being put together and how much this kid is owed, how much he's on the channel, how in danger he is, he's connected to Tiffany Raquel, who is a alleged predator, who has done, who has allegedly sexually assaulted children, and has said, like, again, if he gets a lawyer, that's going to be big news. This is going to be national attention.
Yes, this is going to be better than the Netflix. Believe me, this is real story.
Yeah. I mean, it's the landmark case. And if you can get the law changed in Mexico, which I'm hoping you can, I'm actually speaking to a lady, I can't tell you who it is, but she's a Harvard lady who is actually trying to get this done in the US too. And we're going to try to see if we can lobby the government to make these laws that say, hey, no kids online before the age of 13. And if they are, Coogan, or 25%, or you have to follow these rules. We have to know your kid's being educated. They can't work past this many hours. They're going to have all the same laws and rules that are placed for children actors and for internet. And it's going to change the game, because these parents won't be able to comply. And when they don't comply, they'll be able to be sued, or they can be fined, or go to jail, whatever the case may be. That is what's going to be starting to, you'll see that in the next, I think, 3 to 4 years. You're going to see a big push for that. And if it happens in Mexico, even better. Because she's obviously going to know, because you're going to tell her.
I am going to make a live in TikTok or maybe at YouTube live. And I'm going to say, I'm here, guys, in the border of Mexico and the United States. Now I'm in California. Now I'm here where my son lives.
Are you driving up? Are you going to drive up?
I don't know exactly this moment.
Okay.
Maybe flying, maybe on the border. I don't know, driving, but I am going to travel to California for sure.
Film the whole thing. Film the whole thing like a mini documentary. Maybe I'll go with you. We'll film this whole thing because you know she's not going to show up. You know she's not going to show up. And if you've covered all your bases and talked to the lawyer and did talking parents and everything else, all that's going to do is serve to hurt her in court when this thing does go, because you're going to file. Next day you're going to file, right? Or whatever you can do. File. Then we're going to cover that whole thing on here, everywhere else. It's going to be, I hope, tons of drama channels cover. I hope everybody covers it. If it starts bringing a lot of people's channel, people are going to watch it. I'm going to get my real crime people on it. We're going to talk about it. I mean, this is like a big deal, like what you're doing here. And they're trying to just ignore it. And like, but you can't ignore it anymore. You can't do it.
4 years to try to get this paper.
Wow.
Now I can. I'm sure the smart people know that this is a huge fight. And I know a lot of that parents there that are looking at this program are going to be in my side to help me to the next step to see my son. And it's pressure. Pressure on social media is what we need. Pressure on media is what we need to get my son back again, to hug him and kiss him and take him out from the social media. He deserves to be in private, and he deserves to be a regular and a normal guy.
Yes, he does. He deserves to have a dad who loves him and not be pressured to make content, not be hidden from the internet, not be able to go hang out with his friends because they're scared of what they're going to find on the internet. He deserves not to work 6 hours a day, to cry and to be monitored at every level and to be not trusted. He deserves to have a loving parent, which he doesn't have right now at all, because we know based on people who worked for them, who lived in the home, that they are not loving parents. He deserves to be loved again. This is the most important part of this, regardless of the exploitation, of the money, of everything else. This child needs genuine love, hugs, snuggles, time away from the camera. He needs to go see a movie, a baseball game. He needs to go to the beach. He needs to be himself without having to be on all the time, which is so much pressure for this kid. That's got to be so much pressure.
If you see, they moved to a house out of nowhere. I think they moved there because they don't want people to bother them near the house. They moved to a place where is no neighbors. There is nobody around. So my son is like a prisoner in the middle of nowhere, without neighbors, without friends, without nobody. So that's not creepy. That isn't creepy.
Well, yes, because what they're trying to do now is keep him even more isolated. Is he going to school? That's the next question. Is he not? If not, he needs to be in school. Why is he not in school? They're going to try to homeschool him. They want to keep this kid away from this so much because it's growing. And that's why we need to continue to put pressure on it and not stop. So you're heading up. As soon as you figure out when you're going, you let me know. We'll talk. Maybe we'll do a live stream here. While you live stream and I live stream, we'll ask questions, we'll talk about the whole thing. Then when you get to California where you're waiting to meet him, we'll live stream it, right? And if he does show up, we'll turn it off. We don't need to see it, right? Yes. But we're going to live stream everything, document everything so you have it. And let's see if we get a few thousand people on board to fight with you. And and to see this, and if it does work in the end, you get your custody and he gets off even 50% of the time. Oh my God, that's a win. That's a huge, huge win.
And if that is going to happen because I'm his dad. Eventually, on the time, I am going to win the 50% of custody, obviously, because I'm not a criminal. I'm a good dad. I can move to the United States. Everything I can do for my son.
And maybe he could come back to Mexico a few times and just get in touch with his roots and his family and people who love him.
Yes, and my parents want to see my son again.
Oh my God, that's another thing. He doesn't get to see his biological grandparents.
No, she only take care of her mom, and she don't care if my dad and my mom and my aunts, my brother, my sister can see my son. This is insane. What she's doing is insane.
He's missing. You know what he's missing out on too? His heritage, and that's something he should. I don't know. And I don't know if this is true, but if you bring that to a judge, you're like, hey, my son is missing out on a lot of his general heritage of being Mexican, of his family, of his language, of his upbringing. He's missing that because he's just stuck in this Hollywood shithole where they're just exploiting him for cash. That's a big deal. That he's not like immersed in his heritage, which he should be, because Mexican heritage is beautiful. Can I say Mexican heritage?
Yes, la cultura mexicana.
Because Mexican heritage is beautiful. Like I went to Mexico. I know this sounds like so dumb, but like I love Mexico. Like I'm like I could like it's just a different vibe. Your families, everybody is just different. Okay, and he doesn't get that, and that's so scary. Yeah. So okay.
It's creepy, yeah.
So that's the plan going forward. You keep in touch with me. We'll tell when you're going out. We'll do live streams. If I have to fly out to support you, I will. We'll keep everybody in the loop. That's kind of, and people who are wondering what's going on with Fran, this is what was happening. We were waiting on this moment to tell you guys what's going on because Pierre's been fighting behind the scenes and it's cost him a lot of freaking money. But Pierre, tell me if I'm right about this. You'd spend every red penny you had if that meant you can get your son back.
Every penny I have, I spend it on this. To have my visa again, pay lawyers, everything.
Where in California do you think you're going to go? Can you tell me that?
I think I'm going to be like in North Hollywood.
North Hollywood. So anybody out there who might know somebody who has an Airbnb in North Hollywood or a rental or something for cheap for Pierre, holler at me. Maybe we can figure out how to get him there so he has a safe place to go, maybe a nicer place to go, because if Ferran's going to come in to the picture again, you know, we want him to be safe too. We want him to have a nice place. Whatever, man, I don't care whatever it takes. We got to make sure that they have no excuses to say, oh, well, he's living in a car, so we're not going to let him go. No. We need to make sure that there's no excuses on their end to say, you know, no. We have to make sure you're comfortable. We have to, you know, if you're going to go to court and fight it, we'll make something happen. We got to do this because this is a landmark case that we need to fight. And if it's coming up around April that Tiffany Raquel is going to be going to court for everything, this is all going to culminate into one big battle.
Maybe the court date you can be there or.
Oh, I'll be there. I will be there. If I'm allowed to be there, I will be there. Mark my words. I will be there with bells on. I want to look Ali and Andrea right in the effing eyes, and I want to look them in the eyes. You exploited your child for all this money, and you are disgusting. That's not a question. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to say it. Maybe I'll write it on a piece of paper.
Awesome.
Anyway. Okay, Pierre, that's great news. We're super updated now. Everybody who's on board for this, stay tuned for everything that's happening. Looks like it's going to be in a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks that you're heading out there. Pierre's going to keep us informed. We'll let you know. So Pierre, congratulations. This is the first step to the big fight. You are a fighter and you never gave up, and that you have my respect.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Josh. Thank you very much to all your audience that signed the petition, change.org/King Ferran. And continue on this battle and
let's do it. You are a dad warrior. You are a dad warrior, my buddy.
I am a Azteca warrior.
Yes.
An Azteca warrior.
I love it. So we'll keep you updated and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much, Pierre.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
So what did you think, everybody? Right? Isn't that amazing, incredible news? He got his visa, which then proves all the haters wrong, that he isn't some criminal or anything like that. It also proves that she did take his visa away from him. And that's just bananas. This guy's been fighting for his son for over 4 years, and he finally gets to go see him. Now, hands up if you think that the royalty family is going to produce Ferran to see his dad. Hands up. We know it's not going to happen. So hopefully he can, you know, so I think he's just doing this to cover all his bases. If he doesn't get to see Fran, he's going to take her to court. I think he should take her to court anyway, right? And then in court, he can probably ask the judge, please get my son off the internet. Based on these dangers and these things and all that stuff, especially if they're connected to Tiffany Raquel, especially if the royalty family's connecting him to Tiffany Smith, who's going to be, you know, in court pretty soon for what she is accused of doing. It's insane. So we're going to find out what happens. I'm going to head out there too. If this does go to court, you know I'll be there with bells on. If he does end up going to court, I'm going to support him. I hope you guys would join in support with him so we can use this as a benchmark case to like give other people hope and other family vloggers and kids in these families hope that they don't have to do this. This is an amazing fight that Pierre is willing to take on, and it is incredible. So thank you guys so much for being here, watching these stories, signing petitions, and just being on Pierre's side. I still get hate comments. You know, Pierre still gets hate comments on my channel and his about, oh, you're just doing this for clout and money. He's not going to be using Ferran for money. You know it. Pierre, it's himself, he's not someone who's like poor or anything like that, but you know he's going to be going up against somebody who makes over $1 million a month. They can hire the most prolific bastard lawyers ever. So he's going to need our help, and we're going to do that, hopefully. I will anyway, and I hope you can join with us. So everybody take a deep breath. You guys, are you not excited for this? Thank you, Jesus, Jesus. Just kidding. That's Trisha's game. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me in this journey, in some of these fights that we're having. I'm so excited you guys are here for this. I'm very excited for this one. Let's get justice for Pierre and Ferran. Yes, you guys are amazing, incredibly valuable. Don't you damn forget it. You look amazing today. Don't fly flare, and I'll see you on Monday.